I'm Lauren from laurenslatus.com, and today we are making no-bake cookies. One of the simplest treats you could ever make. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to add in some sugar and some butter and some milk into our pot and bring it to a boil. So this is 2 cups of granulated sugar and half of a cup of milk, and we're gonna add in a whole stick of butter. Okay, so simple 3 ingredients. We're gonna put it on the stove, let it melt, and then bring it to a boil for a minute. So while those ingredients come to a boil, we're gonna get everything else ready to go. So the first thing we're gonna do is put down some wax paper because you need somewhere to scoop your cookies. And now we're gonna measure out our cocoa powder and our peanut butter. So you do wanna make sure you have everything prepped and ready to go so that it doesn't set in your pot. You wanna be able to scoop your cookies, and you kinda have to work quickly, so that's why I like to do everything ahead. So we're doing half of a cup of cocoa powder and then half of a cup of smooth peanut butter. And then we're gonna measure out 3 cups of oats. So the ingredients on the stove have been on there for a couple minutes now, and I wanna make sure that I catch it right when it starts boiling so I can time 1 minute. Once all of your butter has melted, it's probably only gonna take about 30 more seconds for it to come to a rolling boil. And you're gonna reduce the temperature slightly because you don't want it to overcook. See how it's nice and foamy? Okay, we have 10 seconds left, and then I'm gonna pull it from the heat and we're gonna add in the rest of our ingredients. Okay, here comes the fun part. We kind of have to work quick. So we're gonna sprinkle in our cocoa and then add in our peanut butter, and then we're gonna add in our oats. And then a little bit of vanilla, and it might bubble. So now we stir it all together. You're looking for a dark chocolate looking cookie, and you wanna make sure all that peanut butter is melted through. And then once that happens, then you can scoop. So already it's starting to set, so I am going to scoop as quickly as I can to get these on my pan. Okay. Okay, so I've scooped all our cookies, and now comes the hard part, kind of. You have to wait 2 or 3 minutes to let them cool and set completely, and then you can stack them up and enjoy. So the cookies have been setting for a few minutes, and I'm gonna check and see if they're done. I think they are. You'll know when they're done when they pull cleanly. Whoa, look at that. Perfect. Perfect and clean. I got 24 cookies out of this recipe, but depending how big or small you scoop them, you can get more or less. So after about 10 minutes of work, you have a mountain of no-bake cookies that are so popular in my family. I'm sure they're gonna become very popular in yours. For this recipe and more, go to laurenslatus.com.